Hello and welcome to some Factorio. Just rearrange. I'm trying to not have it rest on my head because it's a bit uncomfortable that, but also tried not to get too sweaty with it. It is extraordinarily hot in the UK today. Is that live? Hang on, we got audio, we got camera, we got uploads. Yeah, okay, we're all live and we're ready to go. So let's load the map up, and I can explain the little bit that I did during the week. Oh, I forgot to bring us back home. In which case, let us head back home. What have I got on? Oh, let's just go down to these lads first. So basically, I did a bit of kind of tidying up. There was some. I mean, this one's actually dead now, but I sort of, tweaked the miners here to kill that off quickly. I've got rid of some other bits and pieces that were basically dead. Um, tweaked, tweaked these so that they were all speed moduled, so that we can sort of eat through them a bit quicker. Um, Thinking that I probably won't wait until they're dead completely, and I'm definitely gonna move the green, red, blue circuits over to here. Going to utilize probably this uranium rather than go for this one. Once I mean, it's one of the next things we need to do, but it's still hanging on that patch there. Landfill that, landfill over here. In fact, these lads are probably. In fact, what have you got in you? Oh, you got some left. And yeah, started landfilling some of this. One of my big learnings, I think, from this playthrough is that if I'm going to do megabasing again, then I need to do it on a train world style of map, because or if not, use RSO or something like that, because these tiddling little patches are obviously good, for when. I mean, they're not tiddling little, but they're good for doing up to rocket launch. But there's too much water, and water's useful. We've used it for bottlenecking to a degree, but I'm having to landfill basically my entire base. It's a lot of landfill. What else did I do? Oh yes, I put these in. So I've sort of cleared out these areas here. So when I eventually do these outposts, I'm sort of ready to rumble. It's also obviously revealed a few more patches. I went and had a quick wander around over here, and I've sort of planned out some more outposts. We're going to need loads of outposts, so there's that. And then so we've got a big coal patch there. I think I'm going to need a lot more coal than I was anticipating for plastic and stuff. Right, so we'll get all of you lot to follow me, and that's what I was doing. That's what why I was at the top there, because it'll have lots of legs in, because I was doing an explore basically. So we'll just leave it like that for the moment. What was my? Yeah, get rid of them. Yeah, I was just doing an explore. Whoops. Round. I'll try and avoid going into these logistics areas. But the plan for today, basically, is to finish Blue Science. If I finish Blue Science, I suspect I won't actually, because it's taking a while to do each of the builds. But if we finish Blue Science, then there's a whole load of odd jobs that I've identified to do. We won't move on to any of the other sciences. And I suspect, as I say, Blue Science finishing that will take all day today. Particularly, if I need to get it sort of running and produce, bringing materials in, going stuff in, optimize it in quotes to the degree that I can. But there's all sorts of little jobs, as I say, that. I expanded. We've got more solar. Intention eventually is to have all of this in solar. Probably this as well. I don't know that I'll build here. I want to get rid of these before I decide where I'm going to put purple and gold. I want purple and gold inside the base, and then space science and all related to that. We'll probably do as an outpost somewhere, or multiple outposts, or maybe the rockets will be inside, and I'll bring in the material, something like that. Maybe bring in the low density structures, something like that. But yeah, so I just chugged away. Really, I didn't play a lot. I didn't really play a lot of anything this week because it's just not. I've not been in the mood really. But yeah, so we've done a little bit. So I can send these. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. There we go. Send these back. Oh, somebody's still got some stuff. I like to try and use it all up, because it's more efficient. But I've ended up. I've done. I mean, it's not disastrous in any way, but there's lots and lots of build orders, so they tend to sit there with the queue, the build queue ready, as it were, but not actually building the things until they move. At which point it recalculates the list, reorders the list, and then sends them over. I'm not sure if I did this on between streams or not, but I've added the landfills that I'd identified. There is another one here, I think, somewhere, or up here somewhere. I can't remember. But that should see us all right. Was that one? Oh, that's a stone, so we could use that, I guess, to pull up the things. But yes, I've just been progressing that. I could plop a load more down. I was trying to fiddle about with the where you drag it and the thing, but the way they've done it doesn't quite jive with my thinking. I can't quite get my head around how it works. But it is. I think it's logical, but it's just not quite how I'm expecting it to work. So I tend to get a bit confused. Yeah, so we need to come down. In fact, actually, where are we? We're over here. So actually, if we come over this way, and we'll sort of restock a bit. These should all be filled up because they've been sat here a while. Yeah, so we can send them over. I mean, the other thing I did tweak a little bit here with the production, increase these numbers a bit so that it'll produce more undergrounds. While I'm away, and increase the amount of cog production because it was kind of slow. It was like a double whammy of it's quite slow to make because of the number of cogs it needs, and then also the storage amount, the amount I was storing, meant that it wasn't able to completely restock me. But I did do a couple of trips back and forth, filling out all of the undergrounds over here. So yeah, so that's where we are. As I say, the plan today is to finish this blue science build off. The first thing we need to do is put the belts in for the red circuits because I've got the lines up here ready, and as part of doing the red circuits, we need the green circuits as well. It's a bit of an interesting way I've done this in my sample, not sample, my test map basically. But what I'm intending is that because that's the output for all the blue sciences. Oh, I did also. I mean, I put balances on here because I've forgotten. So lots of tiny little jobs, just tidying up. And so I've got a balance, them there, and I've tried to put in this here. This isn't ideally positioned. I think ideally it should be a bit further over, but I couldn't be bothered to move it. Because then that would be, say, if this was the first row, then that would be perfectly lined up there. But whatever. Yes. So the idea is sulfur is going to come in here. So we need to eventually do some sulfur production. But I can route that round wherever. That's not a difficult one. Obviously, I need to connect up the iron and all that sort of stuff as well. But we need to get copper in here. And how I'm actually going to do it is that it comes in from both directions. So basically, we'll have copper coming in this way for these first four, and copper coming in this way for the other four. And essentially, these will be able to supply both this and that. But to achieve that, it's a bit of an interesting way I've done it. Are we stocked up yet? I should do my own personal one, shouldn't I, as well? So we'll get everyone over there. That isn't me, but we don't really need these ones because they don't have anything particularly interesting that we want. Did I put... No, I haven't even got robopods in them, so I'm not going to bother with that. But I'll bring them over just in case there's some bizarre thing that I need that I've forgotten. But otherwise, it's just waiting for me to be stocked up. I am stocked up. It's just best to just check inventory here. We want you lads on there. What's my grid? Oh, yeah, there we go. I need to do that. Get them on there. Get that on there. Get that charged up. And we will head over. Did I? Yeah, turn that off. Yes, so sulfur up the side there. So we need to put in a sulfur build. We've obviously got oil coming in here. And deliberately did that so that if it turns out I need 2 lots of oil coming in, I shouldn't, because it's just plastic and sulfur. Sulfur is really productive. We only need, well, two plants making sulfur basically. But I'll do individualized chains, so I'm not going to do, I'll crack it all into petroleum, in a separate block for sulfur, and then a separate block for plastic, because plastic is more hungry, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's literally like a belt's worth of sulfur, and that's fairly easy to produce. But yeah, the basic point is, in case, say the plastic is really demanding, I have then got the space to plop in an extra one. I'm anticipating using this water to do the cracking. So the idea is that to try and minimise the flow distances, and I haven't even designed the unloading for oil, so we'll do that as well. To minimise the distances, I'm going to use this water so that the fluid side of it is just pumping this way. So literally probably the plastic build there and the sulfur build there. And then we'll use this water for all the cracking and the advanced oil and that. And then it's belted material, which is less weird, to be frank. Right, so what does this build look like? Again, right, so what I need to do, you see, is start really... In fact, we'll go down the bottom here. Because the red circuits will be feeding up. In fact, I could add those on first. I guess it's a bit of a... no, actually, it's better if I start with the copper, to be honest with you, because that is the most complicated and strange bit. Well, actually, what we'll do, get you out of the way. So the basic idea is that this green machine is going to feed all of these 4 and these 4. Okay, because you get way more out of the green ones than the reds. And the way I'm going to do that is that we'll have this here, and this will go down here. But it's a half belt, so the plastic will then come in there, basically. So we want output here again, and here, and here, and there, and there. So this is where we need plastic coming in. Yeah, if that makes sense. No, it isn't. We've got the wrong one. There we go. Take that out. So that's where we need plastic coming in, and there as well. So eventually we'll need to belt the plastic down, this way, but we'll do that later on. So this is the green coming out. Okay. Now we also need iron plate, and we need quite a bit of iron plate. And the way I've done this is interesting, which is basically I've put the iron plate on this side. Oops, like this, basically. Okay, so this is the iron plate being fed in, right? And part of the reason for that is that we need to be able to bring... We need copper to come in, and the easiest way to get the copper in is to bring it in like this. Because we don't actually need copper for this machine, okay? But we do kind of need the room to be able to fit everything round it, basically. So if we take that down there, and then we've got... Because this is like, it's too many machines in terms of copper cables, but feeding it if you've got this many beacons is actually quite tough. And so I say what I'm doing is sort of cheating in a sense by having too many machines. So what we do then, have to be careful with the power things because they're one of the things I've got to avoid. And basically, I want to similar sort of idea. We've got the I didn't put them on. Yeah, we got the output here like this. So essentially copy that idea. And then these, because say the red machines are quite slow, so we just need the one thing, and then we need the input there. Oh, hang on. So that needs to be. I will put that there just in case I need to increase the input. And then this is where we have the output. My usual little trick of putting it on both sides for everyone to give it the option. And there we are. So we need cables coming up here because this uses obviously plastic, cables, and green circuits. We're getting half a belt each of plastic and green circuits. And we have the option, as I say, of doing an extra inserter there to help things out input-wise, but it should be okay. It was running okay in the thing. And then, obviously feeds through to the next one. This is cables, and we've got cables. Well, this needs to be copper, basically, so we need to put copper in there. And then this is cables coming out here. Obviously, I need to double this up. Not double it up. Mirror this, rather, on both sides. Oh, I've put them in completely the wrong place. Yeah, it is ridiculously hot today in the UK. I'm sure it's been, I'm not saying that in the sense of the UK is the only place that it, gets hot or whatever, but it's kind of been a really sort of drab, grey kind of a summer mostly. And then it's suddenly flipped to, actually that needs to be like that. Now, is that okay in terms of output? I think that's okay. And we need this here, like this, you see. Oh, can that reach there? That can reach there, brilliant. And basically, so yeah, I'm feeding out the, the red circuits from all of these machines down this way. And so we've got the option for an extra one there, I say. We've got the circuits coming in there. So the bit I've missed, as it were. Will that go? No. That's not very neat, is it? Okay, I'll just leave that then. Now the cheeky bit that I'm doing. Oh, why have I put them there? The cheeky bit I'm doing basically is to what? Now, how have I routed this? You see, because what I'm doing is I'm basically feeding back. Am I doing it there? That doesn't look right. I can't put it there. Where have I put this? Oh, have I put it on the top? Oh, I see what I've done. So where am I? Oh, I don't need this one. Basically. Because what I can do instead is put it on the outside, put them on the outside. Because this is the edge. Is there somewhere I can get that will do all of them? Oops. There we go, you see. Because it's the outside, it doesn't matter. I don't need it contained in the middle. And what I've done, rather cheekily, is... Have I output? Yeah. It's just that, basically. So then that, I'm then feeding this way. Whoops. Like that. Ah, this needs to be over here. There we go. So for these four, 1, 2, 3, 4, be on this side because it's the mirror then on the other side. The other four basically. So what have I done there? So we need output here, and then because of angles basically, I have to do that, which is a bit ugly, but oops. No, that one is what I'm after. Put that there. Oops. That should be up like that. Put that there and that there. Oh, I've done that. That's interesting. Like that. Yeah, so basically need to mirror that, which is this here, isn't it? Like that. There you go. Except that's wrong because I need the output from all of the machines like that. Now, is that hooked up right? So this is going outside, and then that will feed in there. Because I wanted to put it in there, but I couldn't because obviously it's on the wrong side of the belt. So that's the outside, and that's in this side. Yeah, okay. Right, so what we should be able to do now is copy and paste this. I think. So if I copy and paste, say, that bit, that should copy and paste up. Oh, my bot's on. Oh, hang on. No wonder there's no building going on. And then we do that one there. And that one there. Okay. Then we copy and paste this whole arrangement like this. Is that everything? I think that's everything. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red circuits. Yeah. Copy and paste this whole arrangement. And then we have to be careful because it's not a rotation, it's a flip. So it's that one. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. I'm trying. Hang on. Oh, that's the wrong flip. That's the one. There we go. I was doing the vertical flip rather than the horizontal flip. Ah, yeah. So we're going to have to move that because that's in the wrong place. I could mirror it, couldn't I? I could do that. No, I could get it in the right place is what I could do. So that's sort of a mirror image, basically. So if I now do that, and I need to do the flip, there you go. And then we can plop this in. I have to do a slight correction with the belts. Why is that? Oh, because I don't need that, do I? Is that in the wrong place, then? Because that's iron coming in there. Huh. Oh, I must have put it in the wrong place. Like that. Right. Now, so we need to do a slight correction with the belts here, because there's sort of a cross-contamination going on, basically. Because we don't need that, and we don't need that, right? But then what we do is we copy up all of this. I didn't get everything there, did I? There we go. Copy that. In fact, copy all of it. Yeah, I think that's right. And we plop this down here. Now, I mean, I'm hoping I got this right. I messed up the... In fact, what I do need to do is take out that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. I'll give it another go. Oops. Where am I? Where's the machine? There's the machine. There we go. So I messed it up, you know, when I was building it. And in fact, these are wrong, aren't they? Because I rotated it around. So I need to get rid of these as well. And I had to, you know, I got some of the belts the wrong way round and all that sort of stuff. So this is not a full pro. It's very complicated is the problem, what I've done. And so it's very easy to make mistakes, get the belts the wrong way around, particularly underground and stuff. And like material wasn't actually getting through because these weren't properly connected and all sorts of stuff. So we will send these lads around all over this sort of area and see what they can fill out in terms of undergrounds and all sorts of rubbish like that. To get them over there and have them run around. Let's have a look at my reference picture again. Just check. So I say I need to hook up copper here. Oh, I haven't got any belts left. Crikey. Have you? No, you haven't got any. So copper in this one. You know, through the middle. For each of these. So we're going to need 6 lanes of copper. I mean, we don't, because they don't eat a full lane of copper, but we'll bring it over as 6 lanes and it'll sort of work itself out, basically. That we need... Well, we definitely don't need, because this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 belts of iron. We definitely don't need that much. But it's more a case of, you know, having to work it round, basically. And plus, I mean, we got the other, you know, multiple things. So we got these here. So that's iron. And then this is the plastic, basically. Yeah, okay. So, what are you moaning about not having over here? Oh, it's just the belt, okay. Right, so, I think that's all hooked up then in terms of the lines. And now we just need to sort of feed everything in, which is going to take a ridiculous amount of belt, basically. So what I'm going to do, because we'll do it in, you know, the order that we've got the things here. So we've got, this is copper. So it was 6 lanes of copper that we need. So we'll get our balancer book. And we got our 8 to 6 balancer. Oh, no, it's a 6 to 8 balancer. We need an 8 to 6, which is just that one there. And then we want to, well, actually, we'll grab all of that, take it past the edge. So we've got a bit of room there. Because we only want, obviously, 3 of them on each side. Should we give a couple of lanes? So it would be about there-ish. So this is the copper. So we'll give it a little bit of room there. Oops, copper here. Now, where best to hook the copper up? So, probably easiest to do the copper, oops, if not quite on the outside, because that's plastic, isn't it? So if we imagine, oops, plastic coming in, because I'm splitting the plastic basically and the green circuits, but the green circuits is sort of internalised. So we'll take everything past this, oops, balancer anyway by a couple of rows. And then, so this needs to be plastic here. Oops. Helps if I get the splitter the right way around. There we go. So this is basically plastic coming here. And it's sort of how can I put it? Self-balancing in the sense that, let's move it a bit further up, make it a bit more even, a bit tidier. Is that the middle? That doesn't seem right. We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move it one down then. There we go. So I say this is plastic, and I say because it's the way I'm feeding it on, should be okay in terms of balance, but we could always stick a balancer in at some point. You know, I'm in lane balancing basically, and I could always, you know, I could do it, you know, the old splitting trick basically of making sure it's half a belt each way. But say we'll leave it to sort itself out. Now say we got 3 of them. So say we'll, whoops, bring them up. In fact, I might just copy and paste sort of that. And that would be that one there. So this is this one here. And then this is this one here. We don't need that. Oops. The Stream Deck was announced recently, and I was lucky enough to get. Well, I suppose it depends on your perspective whether it's lucky enough. If you're not, it's not something you're interested in, or think it's a bad idea, or whatever, then you may have a different opinion. But I might put them lads on. I think we'll leave it though for now. So yeah, so this is the plastic on this side. Let's just take it past the end here. Then if we do the copper next, yeah, let's do the copper next. So it would be 3 coming in here. In fact, let's leave a 2 gap. So this is copper then, and put that there. In fact, I don't need to split it, do I? I'm going to be whole laning it. Missed. Got that wrong. And then up here, copper down the middle. Copper down the middle. And then we got iron plate. Now, I say I don't. It's only a couple of lanes that I need for iron plate. In fact, it'd be best to do iron plate next, wouldn't it, actually, so rather than copper? Because of how the trains are arranged. So if I do that, what does that look like? Oops. So, I say, we can do some splitting shenanigans rather than have full lanes. So if that's, I'll move that back a little bit, and we'll do like that, and we've got priorities there. So we can copy and paste this bit. I think. And then just sort of tidy this off. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Did that the wrong way around. There we go. Do that. So that's the iron plate coming in, and we want copy and paste that. Oops, missed. Like that. Like that. Fill that in. Okay. And then like that. Is that 3 on each side? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's nice and neat. And oh, that's not right, because I want them going there, and this is the 3rd one. So we want this going up here. There we go. Like that. Turn that round. And then this would be that one. Get rid of that. Copy and paste that. And then the 3rd one here. Like so. Oops. There we go, like that. Copy and paste that. So we've got plastic, which we need to make, iron plate, and copper. And then obviously there's going to be sulfur coming up the side. In fact, I think it's only just 1 lane of sulfur I need, really. But we'll leave this here for now. In fact, I'll do that. We'll send you lot up here to fill it in. But I will... Oops. No, let's do it like this. So I will copy and paste this arrangement. In fact, let's include the... no, let's not include them. The substations, because obviously I've flipped them over. Right. I can flip that and plop it here. As long as I put it there, it should be okay. I need an extra belt like this on all of this. Do 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 do, and then we can have you lot fill it in for me. Oh, something been missed there. Oops. Right, so it's plastic on the inside at the moment, isn't it? So what I'm thinking is we basically take these two down here a bit. I've also got a nice bit of room this time, unlike the grey science, to arrange all the belts however I want to. So it's these two, isn't it, that are iron and copper. So probably if we sort of take it down sort of here-ish, so make sure I've got plenty of room. And these are only belts, so I don't mind picking these up if I've messed this up. I think it might actually have been better because it's copper. Oh, it's fine. I'll just sort it out. So that's copper. 3 lanes of copper there, which is this one's. And then if we just have, we might just do a little gap so I know which is which. There we go. That's the badger. Right, so iron plate then is coming in from 2 sources. In fact, actually, I should hook these up as well. Let's go and grab them. So, because we've got iron, 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 iron. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which happens to be an entire train's worth. Or, you know, solid full belts, as it were. That's what I'm taking out of a train. Which is why we've got 2 of them. So actually, do I need to bother with that? I mean, I need iron for, you know, sulfuric acid as well, you see, for the sulfur. Oh, no. Do I need? Oh, no, I don't know. Because it's sulfur, it's not sulfuric acid. So, no, I don't need iron there. Oh, okay. So, if we say that this is the unload for these, and then this is the unload for these, if that's not enough, you know, if it isn't providing enough for these, then I can always hook, you know, take some of this over there as well. You know, feed more over. But it should work out. It should be okay. Right, so if I take the iron plate this way, maybe if I keep it tight in there, sort of doesn't match. I was tempted to do that, switch it around basically. It doesn't matter. They got to cross each other either way, but yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I bring all of these over. Why is that not? Oh, there we go. Like this. You know, bring them all up in parallel. Like that. Like that. So builds are quite compact in and of themselves that I've been doing, but they then need a lot of this supporting belt. Right, so you should be down there, you're there. That's that one. Then actually that's some right angle, isn't it? Like that, 2, so how many have got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brilliant. So, we'll run these down. All the way down here. You know, what I'd ideally be doing is having the trains closer. But I'm not too fussed about this as any sort of an issue. I don't think it will affect things too much, but say that's what the point of this series is, basically, to find out. To experiment and find out. So if we didn't need to copy and paste that again, did I? Oh. Up this way. Should I be thinking more in terms of doglegging around somewhere? I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference. I'm just thinking in case I need more room for the plastic, but I should be okay. I can always rearrange them. I'm not going to hook any of the trains up until I'm happy that I've sort of built everything, because that was this mistake with the grey science, basically, that I hooked up the stone and coal. Where are we going? There we go. Is that the right one? That's the right one. There we go. Yeah, I hooked up the stone and the coal, and it made it then quite difficult to, tweak it when I realised that was not correct. Or that I needed more room, basically, than I'd allowed myself. Right, we'll chuck this in here. Except we won't, because that's the wrong one. There we go. Put that in there. And that one on there. And then I'll just... Oh. Where's that not? It's that one, isn't it? There we go. Get rid of that. Chuck them in. Get rid of that. Chuck them in. And then I need to actually hook the corners up. Like so. A bit random whether I use my blueprints or not. Right. And then we got that there. And then we got the iron here. So we go and turn this into a 8-2. In fact, I need the balancer, not the... Yeah, it should only be 4, 2 and 2, so it should be 4 lanes, but I'm just tempted to add more on, just because they're available, basically. Because we could have 3. In fact, let's do that. If it backs up, sort of thing. It's not an issue. But I need to tweak these if I'm going to do that. So I need to move, all of this 1 space over. I don't want that. So all of that needs to go 1 space over. So I can move all of this. Oh, I've done that, have I? Okay. Let's do that then. Move all of this 1 space over. And then that gives me... I don't have to mess around with this either then. Oh, I do, actually. I do, because I want to split that then, like that, basically. So that it's half and half. In which case, it's that, isn't it? Not what I just did. Right, so we want a 3rd lane here of iron plate. Let's do that to be sensible. So this is iron plate coming in. I don't need either of them 2 now. And I just need to split that one there. Do that, that. And then split that like that. Cool. So let's go and mirror that on the other side. So basically, all of this needs to go 1 tile over. So not there, but there. And then, what are we doing here? So this needs to be, this needs to be out here. And then we split this. Chuck that in there. And then, whoops. Have those two up there. We don't need that. And then we split this. Oops. Take all of this out. Yeah, much happy with that. Seems a bit more sensible to just have the full lanes coming in rather than doing weird balancery tricks. So if we do that, so that goes up there. This is the copper. Alright, and then copy this back. Whoops. Like so. Whoops. So, if we go and grab the iron plate. Oh, we got a gap there, obviously, because I moved that over. Go and grab the iron plate from here. Now, this time, if I get the right blueprint, we can do 8 to 6 again. Go the wrong way, 8 to 6. Am I putting it on the exact? So I got 2 there. Yeah. So take that. We need to go up here somewhere. Oops. Want to leave 2 gap here-ish, I guess. In fact, let's leave a bit more than that, because there's obviously the train itself. Trying very carefully not to get things wrong. 2 there. Yeah, I got Stream Deck or Steam Deck pre-order. It's not actually. I think people have perhaps misinterpreted what it is, because it's not actually. What do I want? No, let's do that differently. Let's do. I think people think they've bought one, but they haven't. They've basically reserved their place in the queue to buy one. That's all everyone's done. And I'm recording this obviously Saturday after the Friday when the initial tranche of orders was allowed. Reservations was allowed. Oops. But it then opens, more generally again on the Sunday. So, I say, it's an attempt to combat scalpers, basically. Whether it will be successful in that, we'll obviously have to see. Apparently, people have seen the pre-orders, or things go up on eBay. It's actually a breach of eBay's terms of service, that, because unless you've actually got the item or you are the producer of it, you're not supposed to put, it's not even a pre-order they've got, but as I say, it's a reservation for a pre-order. But technically, that's against the Steam terms of service, though. And eBay terms of service. Doing that. So we got iron here. We've got all 8 lanes coming up here to do this. Feed all of this in. So this is the steel and the pipes and the cogs for the engines, which are here. And then we've got copper coming in here, feeding in to green circuit and to wire machines that are feeding green circuits and red circuits. And that's all 3 of those there. We've got iron ore for the green circuits. We've put a little connector or connections for the plastic, but we need to set that up, that build up. We've also got a line there. In fact, that's probably just wrong, isn't it? Because what I'll actually do is probably take the... Oh yeah, I can't remember how I did this. How did I do this? Because I need to get the sulfur in, but obviously I've got all these engines in the way. Now, did I connect it? Well, that's the thingies again, and that's the them again. Have I got a picture of the full build? Oh, I don't think I have. So, actually, is all the sulfur... Because this is the sulfur coming in here, and I think I've one directioned it, haven't I? One direction. Yeah, I have. So, actually, the sulfur all needs to come down this side. Which is fine, it's not a problem. But yeah, I just need to remember that. Oops. So, actually, we want a couple of lanes of sulfur, or whatever it ends up being, there, basically, so that I can feed them down that side. Right, so let's have all of you lot run around and see if you can fill in some chunks of these blueprint, ghost things, and have you overlap a bit, because bots run out of juice and all of those sorts of issues. I'm not sure they'll even have all of the belts that are needed, so have you end up there. Let's bring my spider down as well. Right, so the big one then. Okay. So I guess probably if because I need to do the plastic first. I didn't actually take a reference shot of it. I wonder if what it might be easiest to do is to plop the train in. Well, no, I'll put the train in. I mean, it'll be the train. But I won't actually obviously set it going or anything, so I can mess about, basically. What I'm anticipating doing here, so I need them and them, is 2, 3, 4. Pop them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I see. Oh, no. There we go. Is what? I believe the sulfur, or rather the plastic, uses more than the sulfur. So I'm thinking we have the plastic pumped out twice. In fact, that's probably not a good position for the pumps. Let's get the... Because I can do that, can't I, if I'm only bringing 2 out. And do like direct feed in. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I've trapped myself in. Oh no, there we go. Get past the train. So, I mean, we'll probably have to get rid of these, but we'll see. So, can I then... Yeah, okay. So if I just copy and paste that... Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of these. No great loss, but... Now, I say I should do the plastic first, but I haven't actually taken a picture of the design I did. I don't think it's anything clever. I say I just didn't... I forgot to screenshot it, basically. So take the sulfur out there. So it should be 0.3 of a pipe of oil, you see. That's what will make all the plastic, basically, that we need. It's not... This isn't very much in terms of oil and all that sort of stuff. But basically, we need to get these pumping up this way. I would suggest. Oops. No, missed. There we go. Like this. So we maybe have... Oops. Need to connect it, don't I? So... In fact, why not I just... No, not a fan of that now. So maybe if I put that... Yeah, okay. Let's do that. So if we have pumps here, like this. Can I do 2 at once? No, of course not. So we'll put them there. That's pretty ugly. Why don't I just say have these here like that? Also gives me an option then if I want to put a pump, you know, perpendicular to this pump as well. Like this. There we go. And then I'm just going to hook this up. So I've got the option now to put a pump here. It should be okay. There shouldn't be any backflow out of this, and it should be the quickest to unload and pump around. Setting aside any shenanigans around circuit networks that hopefully I can avoid. Right, so this is our line of crude coming out of this side. And then we need basically some sort of arrangement here. In fact, why don't I do the same thing again? No, let's leave that for the minute because I'm not sure what direction I want to pump things in. But I can put in this part of it. Got confused then. Yeah, so hopefully we'll have a similar sort of thing, but say I may need to push it in a different direction or whatever. Right, so how am I going to do plastic? Because I need 5 oil refineries with 16 beacons. Now I should have a generic template for what? Did I do it in there? There we go. So this is my generic template for the old oil refineries. I wonder if maybe I'm being too clever there. So if I put this in, I haven't got any, have I? You've got them all. Have you done everything here? No, you've run out of belt, you see. So I'll grab. Oh no, you haven't run out of belt. What are you doing? It's just the bots run out of juice, basically. There you go. I mean, they're run out of juice already. So that you've not got any. No, let's have a look. Sorry. So you, because one of them's got all the chemical stuff. Oh no, that's my landfill one. So if we send them up, they should be refilled by now. So we'll just send them up some random course and have them park up there. And in fact, see if we can't get them there. They sort of build their own bridges. It's quite interesting watching. Oh, I find it quite interesting watching them. So you're not chemical, are you? No, but you've got a load of transport belts. So if we can't get you to fill a bit more in, and then head back to base and restock. You must be chemical. No, you're trains. Okay, so we can get you. You've not got any belt, have you? No, you've not got any belt. So I can get you to go straight back up to there. And then you're the modules and stuff, so we kind of need you to hang around. And you didn't have any belt anyway, so that's fine. But you must be chemical then. You are. And you don't have any belt. So if I grab a bunch of your stuff to be going on with. What else? Maybe some splitters. A bit more underground maybe. Some of them. Oh, I need water pumps, don't I? And grab pumps. It's them as I've got space. Cool. And then we'll send you back. A little bit risky that, because I could end up with loads of stuff left over, so could have a load of inventory overfill. We'll keep you down here. Have you got anything random? No. You've also got trains. Right, anyway. So we want that to be... No, we want that to be advanced, not basic. I could use a basic for this, couldn't I? But... Oh, it's in the wrong place, isn't it? Typical. I always get that wrong. So, if I pick you up... In fact, let's move it properly. So if we put it here, and then do that, then I can just fill that back in. Oh, I've still put it in the wrong place. Because that needs to be lined up with the oil, not the... not the water. And now I've forgotten where it is. So it would be... That's the maximum extent. So it would be 1, 2. I think. Yeah, so that connects the oil. And then obviously we're going to need water. I'll just do that. It's not got any prod modules in it because you can't do that with it being generic. That powers everything, doesn't it? Yeah, that's all fine and good. And I need 5 of these? 4 of these? 5 of these. Well, I don't. I need 4.2 in theory, but we'll do 5. 5. And then this one is water. I'll just put this here. Might end up with some processing machines there, but we'll see. Now, how have I been doing this? Because what we want to feed these up, basically, to like a reprocessing area. You know, like an area where I'm going to crack them into petroleum. So copy that. And feed it into another pipe here. And what we can potentially do is, say, route this round, maybe around the back or something if we need to, or there's a trick you can do, you know, of that basically, which gives you more room, or you know, some various options around feeding that together basically, because we can't put a third one in without breaking the number of beacons we've got. But yeah, so I'll leave that there for the moment as well, and then just copy and paste this down. Oh, it's not got that connection. Like this. Like this. Now, basically, the heavy, because I think you see, I can sort of cheekily slot it around, and we can have the water on both of them essentially. Because we only need one machine. Oh no. Hang on. So heavy to light is 2 machines, that's right. And then 7, call it, for light to petroleum. So we've got this coming out of here. And basically we need to find a way of working everything round. No, let's do... Have I got my generic thing here? Oh, it doesn't quite match up, does it? Okay. If I do that there, but then sort of rearrange these. Is that... That's not even hitting. I got the wrong alignment there. Obviously, I don't necessarily need that gap. We'll see. So this is converting heavy to light, and that's a connection there. And then this is water, you see. I think we do end up needing a couple of pipes worth of water. Oh, it says 1. We'll see. I seem to remember needing more than 1, but so we'll see. Right. Light will be coming out of there, and light will be coming out of there. So what we can do is have this, because that's misaligned there, isn't it? Yeah. Could I move that up one? I can. Okay. Let's see if that works. So that basically, rather, well, I'll do it there actually. Basically, that's the light there. And then this is output, because we need two of these. I could move this down again. Don't really need that there. Yeah, that's, sorry, already done that. So then this would be here, coming out of there. Is it, how many pipes worth of light is it? So it's not even a pipe of light, in theory. And then, oops, that's there. And then this is more heavy to process that, but we can end that pipe there. And then this is more water, which is connected there in theory, as I say. In theory we can do two. Problem I've got, well not problem, but I need to power that. And I don't have any room for a thing, but I do there. So we could move this over one, because that still hits it. Do that. Copy that over there. And if I wanted to be super neat and tidy, I could obviously do that. So we need to, I say, there's going to be, oh, don't know why I'd put that pipe there. But you might need that, might not. So that's the heavy, that's the light, all combined from everything. So we then need to process the light. Process the light. Sounds like some kind of cult. Or did I flip them round? I have a memory. I sort of flipping this round, and then I can have the light machines here. Because we've got the petroleum coming out of there. Can I hook this up in such a way that actually it pulls it back again, if you see what I mean? Because if that was the machine there, because that would be its thing like that, except that doesn't work from that point of view. I need one more gap in there, basically. Because if this machine is turning light to petroleum, then I do need to find a way of getting the because I can bring that over there like that, you see. And we can have the outputs here. Some complicated arrangement on this one. Because it's only half a thing of petroleum in total. But basically we can have these all sort of feeding in. And I can actually move that one back, couldn't I? No. Have that there, basically. Obviously you need to work out what the things are, but the light then is coming out of here. I could put a pump in there, maybe. Because that's the... if I've done that, I don't really need that whole situation, do I? Because I just do that. And even, maybe it's pumping that, maybe it's going that way. Now, I do need to get the light oil rearranged, but we could have it. Let's leave that for the time being, because we could have the light oil still coming this way. This was why I remember having 2 water, because that's right. I hooked the water up here separately, basically. So that water is feeding them lot, and this is feeding them. Yeah. You see? Being all clever and stuff. Don't know, I'm fussed how that's arranged particularly, but there we go. Right, so I should be able to just copy this. No, I cut and pasted it. Why is that not? There you go. Concern here would be that it's misaligned with the things. It is, isn't it? Okay. So if I maybe do that, does that line up? Because I can squish this up. I'm not constrained by horizontal space, I don't think. We've got one, You know, it's the vertical space that's any kind of concern, because I need that there. Why is that not at 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not even, is it? What have I done there? So that should be the yeah, okay. So I've put this in the wrong place, basically. So it should be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll also... Well, let's just copy and paste and see what it looks like. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so how many of these have I got? 7. Can I fit 7 in? 1, 2, 3. Yes and no. I mean, I can get them in. But now I've got sort of one poking out the end, basically. And if we do that. No, don't do that. Do that. Yeah, so I've got one poking out the end. Okay. I'm not unhappy with that. Do need to work out where the best place to take the petroleum out is, I guess. Oh, I need to connect that, don't I? We also need to route it round. Do we? In some way, yeah. Well, we do in some way out of these. I think it's going to be bespoke to each one, I would guess, because there's a mismatch in numbers, essentially. And I don't really... I mean, I can output out of either of those. I don't need that to be always out of the right-hand side. But this is our petroleum coming out that we're going to use. I should put some pumps around. Try and get things to flow a bit properly, at least. So, I need to connect this one up. Oh, that's fine there. This one's a little trickier, because it doesn't match either of them. Can I get it over there? No. Ooh, that's a little tricky. Tricky problem, isn't it? Because that one can go across there again. Can it? No. If I take it round there, like that. And again, we don't need it to connect on the left-hand side. So that one's connected. Well, these two are connected. This one's connected. Don't need that pipe. maybe that hints at what I could do, as in, how can I hook that one up in a nice way? Because I could go that way. That's pretty awful. Maybe I just come over here. Oh, that's pretty atrocious, but we'll see if it works or not. Let's give that a go. So you're connected, you are connected. Is that connected? Yeah, that's connected, that's connected, it's connected. Okay. We obviously need some power. That gets everything, doesn't it? That doesn't look right. But I guess it works. I did count it, so... Right, so this is water. Okay, and then... Oh, gone past it. So that's water there. Get the water pump. Water. So that's water. This is also water. Oh, perfect. Ish. So that's water. The output from this is going nowhere at the moment, isn't it? And it needs to connect. It's probably best to take it up there, I would guess. So if we could do that, I think I need a pump there, because I'm going to get weird flow otherwise. I get weird flow either way, but let's avoid it if we can. So that's the light all coming out. Water is connected, heavy is connected. That's the light there. Yeah, okay. We need these beacons filling out. And we need to put the actual modules in. And up here. Yeah, I don't think I've got enough, have I? So, you must have a load. Oh. Why have you got strange things? So we want some speeds. I want some prods. So prods in here. I'm going to have to turn that flashing off. Let's connect up the power. Just plop it on here. So I haven't got prods in these yet. Do that. And speeds are missing from all of these. Like that. Everyone got? No. Need to do these ones. Now, plastic is made in chemical plants, isn't it? It is. How many do I actually need? I need 8 in theory. And kind of two belts of... Is it 8? Well, it's over 8, so it's 9 technically. Might be easier if we do 10. Because we got 2, 4, 6, 8. I quite like reusing beacons because they're such a power draw. The tricky bit with this is obviously to say we need to feed in the coal kind of in such a way that it works. Because in theory we could, you know, have them all. In fact, that's so. This plastic, you see. We can put prods in there. Yeah. So if you come over and add that on for me, like that, and then we put speeds in there. What am I thinking? I'm thinking that we can feed the coal both up this way and up this way. You know, I can have it like that. And a sort of secondary one, you know, here. Oops. And then we've got all sorts of options of number of inserters, like that. Probably better if that was like that one. Oh, have I not got it then? Okay. I bet everybody must be filled up by now. Where's the... Yeah, everyone's done, I'm sure. Right, let's bring everyone over. Let's get back on the party. I'll send them around here again, but I'm sure they won't really fill it out. And then, I don't know, up here and down there. And then you as well. Some weird moving around thing. That'll do. Yes, so I need pipe here, don't I? Of the petroleum. So if that was that, what would that look like? Okay. I mean, it might be better to have well, not better, but better to have a pipe, a pump, a tank, basically, just to act as a bit of a buffer. But we'll see. And then what I'm thinking is we do my favourite at the top, and I can balance them all together to make an appropriate number of lanes. I can't remember how much they pump out. It's quite a lot. Like that. And then we need some power, obviously. Like that. Because this just needs coal and petroleum. We've got petroleum coming in. We've got coal coming in various forms. Yeah, okay. So we'll see if this works. So if that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's say 9. Yeah, okay. So we'll kind of give that a go. What we need, oops, is to kind of balance all of these together. And then send them down the appropriate lanes. Now, I think I did 6, was it? It's 3 and 3. Because this is the... No. That's the plastic there. So, yeah, so 6. So we need... How many have we got? We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's do the 10 balancer then. Which is where? It's in this group of things here. No, we've gone past it. There it is. So, I need to bring it forward a bit. I also need to bring the coal in, don't I? So let's do that first. I've only got 2 lanes of coal. That doesn't seem right. So let's plop on the 8 to 2. And then take this round. Well, give myself plenty of room. Oh, a little bit of space there, I think, to try and do that. And then we want this here. And this here. So say I can put more in, because I could also have another lane here feeding coal in, if that's not quite sufficient. But that tells me where I can put this balancer. We'll assume that in the end we might need to add on, a 10th one. So we'll go, and I've got space there, but so we got 1, 2, 3. Let's just add a few belts in there. So you're number 3, you're number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Say in theory 10. So we want the balancer sort of here. Except it didn't work like that, does it? I did that mistake before. I need those. I mean, it shouldn't matter which ones I feed it into. It was just that the middle is missing essentially. So I can't put feed belts in there. But what I can do. No, let's put those 4 like that. Or would it be better? Because it'd be going on the end, so probably be better to do that. The extra one if I decide I want/need it. So this is 3. That's 4. That's 5. Whoops. That's 6. No, that's obviously not 6. That must be 7 or something. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How are my spiders doing? Yeah, you see, they failed to fill it all in. It's to do it because the bots ran out of charge. I've actually done a bot. That was one thing I did do. I've done another bot speed. In fact, let's get you all following this one, and then we'll run around and do some stuff. Yeah, I did another bot speed because I need to keep research going so that lubricant keeps flowing. I never connected that, did I? Hang on. Yeah, and I've done another round of military research. It's interesting, actually. 500 science a minute, because I would normally have stopped way before these. I don't generally go to 300 productivity bonus and all that sort of stuff, because there's not very much point when you're doing the bus like I've done it. Whoops. But the 500 science a minute isn't bad. In terms of, it just sort of running, really. So why did I do this one? Because I had 9 coming in, and I want 6 going out, really. So should just be able to take out of these 3. In fact, no, let's do, because it's then automatically 2 apart, so let's do them. And I'll grab this. And we'll run up. So I need to cross over this, which should be possible because it's only 8 wide. Yeah, there we go. So one of the reasons you should... let's get out and do it because it's a bit difficult from Spidey. One of the reasons it's useful to do... like... make a mess of that. Like, you know, working powers of 2 is because that's how the belts, you know, the undergrounds work, basically. Oops. I keep doing that. Right. If I just grab that and run, then we should be okay. Plastics on the inside, I think, is it? Yes. So we want copy that. So it's a lot of belt in these things because... Ooh. Okay, don't know what that was. Because train positions aren't particularly optimized and stuff. Right, so we hook up. Whoops, that's wrong. There we go, like that. And then will that reach? No, that'll reach. So we want these 3 this way, and just hook all that up. And then I guess, are they on the inside? I guess they're on the inside, are they? Yeah. So I'll just run these up here. I'm going to have to restock the belt again because I bet this... Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Bet the spiders have actually run out rather than it being a bot charge issue. So, we leave gap of 2. Run this on parallel here. Like this. Oh! Like that. There we go. Right, and then this corner here. So we'll see what we can do in terms of filling this all out. I suspect the bots have... spider bots have run out of belt again. Let's bring them up to meet me. Yeah, nothing's happening there, is it? So, let's have a look. Has anyone got any belt at all? No. There's some undergrounds, so some of that should be fillable, outable. But we'll have to head back. Right, so I've got these we can do. And then these ones over here. Well, that's it, I think. We'll have to nip on back. So this should be further up, but obviously I've got the... If I move it 1 further up, that becomes a crossroads, which is nasty for throughput. I mean, obviously, this, I say, ultimate plan is to move that over there, but for now, I don't want a crossroads there because this is feeding my bus basically. But yeah, so it should be 1 further up, and that would get rid of a lot of that belt. But then equally, what I should be doing is working out, can I put the copper train there so that it's a direct feed in, and then, one of the iron trains there so that it's feeding, and one of the iron trains there, but I can't be bothered to do that to some extent. I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Right, so let's head back. I can see how these spiders are getting on. I suspect they're probably... Yeah, you've still got stuff in you. Yeah, got loads of stuff. Why have you got so much stuff left? Right, so let's go and fill out some of this in the meantime. Oh, we have a gap. I'm feeling this because I'm kind of anticipating once this is gone, I'll have to rework some of the rail network, but this might well be a good place to put like purple, and then maybe gold up here, or we'll have to see. I could put one of them in there maybe, and one of them in there. Because what my sort of aim is, I think, with the bus, it's all horribly inefficient, which is why I probably did most of it off stream. I might lay it down so that anyone watching along can see what I've done, as it were. But in terms of actually moving it, it's going to take quite a while because there's just so much material in chests in these, and I can run them through. I can cut the supply off, but it'll take ages to run it all through, and it's uneven as well. Basically, there'll come a point where, say we run out of blue circuits, and the bus stops because of that, basically. But I can hopefully use up as much of it as I can, and then say move it here. And the idea is I'll sever this link, so we'll have a separate train network feeding up here that is supplied by separate outposts, which has kind of rendered the whole design I did of multi-purpose train stops to suit both 242 and 484 trains has basically been rendered redundant with that decision. But that's the whole point of this series, is for me to learn that sort of thing. That all the pain I went through to make those designs has become pointless, basically. So I know for next time, or if I ever decide to do it again, that's not a plan worth following. Right, so I'll send you back, get you filled up with landfill. Everyone's chugging away here, so we can do that. I shouldn't have done that because I've got 0 requests there. I should have done that. We'll order them back. Oops. Yeah, so that's fine. So drop that down to 0. Cool. I did actually do some filtering on these to try and make it a bit more organized, also for me to see what was spare. And in the process of doing that, I discovered I'd made a mistake with the level 2 assemblers. And basically, this chest up here didn't have, or rather that inserter didn't have a limit set on it. So basically it was just filling this chest up without me realizing, because the chest doesn't have a limit on it. I was trying to do logistics limits, and so this chest is full of level 2 assemblers, more than I'll ever actually probably use. And then I've also got this here is full of not quite full, but that's got 700 assemblers in it. So I've got 2,500 level 2 assemblers, which I just don't need, basically. But so that's the classic problem of not putting the proper limits on. It's like with when I set up the trains to deliver substations as an extra thing, I didn't put a chest limit on those stations either. And some of the stations had an entire chest full of substations, which is why we've got all of these ones here. It's classic mistakes, that one. Right, I think we're full up. Yeah. You've got trains again? Has everyone got belts? I think so. Yeah. Right. So let's head back over and see if we can't fill most of this in. Suspect we'll have to do another trip because it's a lot of belt. How are you guys doing? You're still filling up. Actually, the bonuses, actually. Let's have a look at that. So basically, we've done quite a few bot speeds. So we got close to 900% movement speed bonus. These are now at... yes, I've done... Oh no, that is 15. Was it that I queued them up? Oh yeah. I queued them up. So we'd done 14 ages ago, but we're now going to do 15 for all of them. I also queued up shooting speed as well. I need to do another artillery range just to make sure I've got proper coverage of the artillery for the rail network, so that it keeps it clear properly. But I'll do that quite a bit. I'll probably do that. It's probably the first thing I'll do. During the week. Saying that, I'm not sure those will finish actually. What else we got? So, these damages are now bonkers. And it's getting to the stage where, which is where I need to get to, because my wall defenses aren't quite adequate in terms of the number of lasers. That basically the lasers and flamethrower turrets obliterate all the biters before the gun turrets even start firing, which I say is where I need to get to. But yeah. Cool. I think we've arrived. Yep. So let's run around, see if we can't fill out most of this. The disadvantage of not turning the trains on is I don't actually know if what I've done will work until I basically turn everything on. We do the oil and coal first, but yeah. Doopy-doopy-doo. I can obviously do bots as well. I mean, I could do some bots, particularly now that I've got super speed sort of levels of bots. I'm just not the biggest fan of bot builds. I find them very dull. Because it's just stick everything in a chest and then you're done, sort of thing. It's like well, I'm not saying it's simple. You need to optimize it and all that sort of stuff, but fundamentally, it's just stick it in your chest and you're done. The bots will sort it out for you, type of thing. Is that nearly all of it? Just this corner over here. Doopy-doopy-doo. Might have enough belt to do all of this. I suspect that's all of the belt. No, not quite. Has everyone properly... No, you've still got some. But your bots are out of charge, so I'll grab them. And what else? So that's that. That's that. Cool. Okay. So what I'll probably do then is I'll hop out and build the sulfur and send them back, basically. Oh, there's a little bit missing there. What's missing there? It's bound to be a balancer or something, isn't it? Yeah, got a bit of belt. Okay, so I'll hop out. I'll send them back, and hopefully, shouldn't take them too long to do things. Right. So sulfur. Now, if I was being a bit cheeky, what I could try and do is mirror this, because the sulphur's easier to produce. Let's turn that off and see what the numbers are. Hang on. So it's easier to produce in the sense that there's, I'm not having to feed coal in. And we only need about 2 sulphur machines. We only need 2 refineries. Because basically 2 refineries, 1 heavy to light, 3 light to petroleum, and 2 sulphur. So can I be cheeky and tack that on the back of this? I'm willing to give it a go. So let's copy and paste this, and then it would be the G. No, oh, it don't like you doing that, does it? Right, so this is wrong, isn't it? Yeah, it's the wrong way round. So if I add that to that, and then add that to that, we'll leave them for the minute. And then I want basically one of these. So I just copy and paste this, I think. Would it be that one? In fact, I might copy and paste that and then try and rotate it. Oh god, it's gone weird. Will it let me? No, I can't flip that either. Okay, so how would that work? Because it actually needs to be on this side, doesn't it? Because it needs to overlap like that, basically. What's that? Let's rotate it, sorry. Because I can still have the oil there. Okay. Does that work? So this is the water coming in. And that's the water coming in, so that's fine. Get rid of that. And then what I ideally want to do actually is probably move that down. Let's ignore that bit. We'll sort that out later. Because if I move that to there, I'm going to need to rotate it, aren't I? No. I mean, what I could do is that, because this only needs the one heavy oil thing. Oh, I can't do that, no, because that's... I can, because that's only that oil, isn't it? That's not going to contaminate the pipe. So if that's the water, that's the heavy oil. We could stick a pump in there to try and avoid any weirdness. That's the heavy coming around there. And so this is the light here. And we can just have a... No, we can't. Oh, that's annoying. Let me think. I mean, we could... Oh, no. No, I couldn't do that. Instead, then, maybe if I move this up... Is that out of range, then? Yeah, that becomes out of range, so that doesn't work. I'll get rid of this rubbish here. So this is the heavy to light. What I need is to connect the light there. But I don't have a lot of options. What I could do is... What? I could swap these round. How does that help me? It doesn't help me. Let's have the light coming out of there. Is that a terrible idea? That feels like a terrible idea, because I'm going to want the sulphur there. But maybe I can just keep it going. So this is now the light. Or could I move that up? I can move that up, actually, couldn't I? Like that. Does that help me? Does that help me? Not really. Because I don't mind having that there. And that like that. So that's the light coming out. And then it's 3, isn't it? Yeah. Because we want 3 here. Oh, actually, is that in the wrong place? Yeah, that would need to be there, wouldn't it? So actually, that doesn't work. Okay. Okay. How the heck did I'm trying to do this. I have got a picture of this, what I did my thing. So I'd have a look at how I arranged it there. The thing is, I didn't arrange. Oh, I see what I did. I did a completely different design. Crikey. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, because it doesn't save me a lot of, connections, basically. Mod connections, beacons. So why don't we do that? Only that's flipped, isn't it, from what I need? Because I don't want those stuff coming out. No, that's fine. That should work. So, if we copy and paste this up, this bit here, and then I can pop that on there and fix any issues. No issues. I'll have this going up here. Get rid of this as well. Up here, like this. Oh no, let's put them in parallel at least. Okay. So, what I've done on this one is, how do I need to orientate it? I think I need to orientate it that way. Huh, okay. Maybe not then. Because what I've done, basically, is have them be opposites, like that. Let's just, I'll recreate what I've done here, and then I'll sort it out in terms of connecting it up. No, I'm not doing that on there. And then that there, obviously. In fact, let's find the generic one. Like that. And there's basically a gap, which is equivalent of that. Oops. And then one of them the other way around. Except I'm not put it the other way around because I'm an idiot. And then that's, well, it doesn't really matter, but that's like that. So I've got, don't need that bit. Right, let's put the recipe in. Advanced oil. Yeah, so that's the oil there. Don't need that bit. And effectively I need to split it, which I'm not sure that's a good idea, but we'll give it a go. Should probably have a bit of circuit network shenanigans, really. Let's see if it works okay. So that gives me a bit of a gap there. And then, I mean, those aren't actually there. But what I've done, I then put... let's get rid of these trees. I then put a heavy to light. Yeah, heavy to light here. Yeah. And then, nope, there. Nope, there. So this is the heavy to light. And what I've essentially done, I've done a sort of a like connection system here. And rearranged everything. So we've got the light petroleum coming out of here. And I'm then doing this with, and obviously sending that way. Well, the design, I remember the design working, but I don't remember it being this complicated. Because this then is heavy out the top, and that needs to go connect this one, and then I've put a little kink in this so that I can take that to there, and that to there. So this is the heavy, which I've then connected directly on, directly on here. Light is coming straight out of here. Why have I got a single pipe in there? I think it's just an error. So the light's connecting. That should be like that. And I've got a pipe there. Pump here, because this is a petroleum. Light then needs to be here and goes to there. The heavy, that's right, that's the petroleum. Oh, why have I got a pump there then? That's wrong. I've got a rogue pump basically that isn't actually doing anything. So those are there. Oops, that's like that. That's the gap there. And then that goes all the way down there. And then light comes out of here. Well, basically, I mean, because there's water, you know, I need to connect the water here. Oops. I've got a bonkers arrangement in this. I'm not sure I really need to do that. I can probably just feed it in here. In fact, why don't I move that one forward? And then that's a bit neater there. Because, again, that's heavy to light. And that's heavy. So we've got heavy coming out of there. Heavy coming out of there. Going in there. We've got water here. Which, I guess, really probably should be connected here, but I can't do that. And you'll see why in a minute. We've then got light coming out of here. Connecting here. So, can I move that forward? No. But I need to connect that, because that's the two lights. Oops. So that's the light there. And then on this side is where I've got the light to petroleum. which I've got. Oops. Light petroleum. Which I've got 3 of, obviously, because that's what we need. But they're arranged in an interesting way. In that they are, that should be there, that's there. In a T shape. No, an L shape, sorry. So it's like that. How the heck did I come up with this? Is that right there? Yeah. So I need petroleum coming out of them two, which I connect here, I believe. Yeah, and that'll go there eventually. And then I need to connect that one to there. This is the light. Autosave. And this is going to end up here. The third one. No, there. That's petroleum. Except no, that's one up, isn't it? There we go. Because I'm then feeding that around there as the sort of leftovers. Going up here, I've got a water pipe connection there. That's a tour there. So I can, work that out depending on where the pumps end up. It looks like I could reuse those ones there. We can move it over, which is always nice. Like that. Like that. Like that. And these are the sulfur ones, basically. So you've got sulfur. Oh, why is that not? Oh, I see. Crikey. Does that... Oh, it does, because I need the room. Okay. Actually, it's there. Uh-huh. Okay. So this is sulfur production. And then we've got this one here. Yeah, like that. Like that. Oh, actually, do that. Yeah. Okay, so we want that connected to that. Put the water on the outside. Is that sensible? Because that's that coming in there. Yeah, it makes sense given that. Have I just connected that directly? I have. Crikey. Oops. Except that was the water. And that's there. And then that switches over and is there. Except no, that's that. Like that. And this is petroleum there. You can see why it's taken me ages to come up with these designs, because I've clearly been fiddling about with it for ages. In fact, I hadn't actually sort of realised I'd been doing so much fiddling. Yes, I need to hook these up to water, basically, but I'm not entirely sure. Because given the water's at the top, it's probably better if I do something like that. Like that. In fact, let's do that. So yeah, we'll have water coming in here. That's light. That's petroleum. This needs water as well, doesn't it? How many water connections did I have on this? I had like 2, but lots of weird arrangements. So that's oil, isn't it? Yeah. Which I've connected to the wrong thing. Okay. Because that's oil there. And then this is water. I guess I could take something around here, connect that to there, say. In fact, why have I done that? Would it not be better? To do something like that. That's a bit cleaner. There we go. And that is the oil. Like that. That's a bit better. So, oh, have I run out of pipe? I have. So that's connected to here. And that's connected to there. That's fine. Got water there. So I need 2 waters. But yeah, can I move this? I think I can, can't I? So that it lines up with these beacons. We'll disconnect that. We'll pick this up. And I'll sort the pipes out again. So I can put it, say, there. And then I need to rearrange this a bit. So if we line that up with that again, do that. Need a connection there. So let's stick the modules in. Oops. Like that. Yeah, and what I'm basically doing, Oh, no, that's fine. No, it isn't. Hang on. What have I done there, then? Ah, okay. This should be here. Does that then reach? It does. Does that reach? It does. Yeah, okay. And I'm basically outputting like this. And feeding these in. Like this. And then we get half a lane of this. I mean, I could, in theory, you know. Oops. Do something around here. Because if I put that. No. I know it works on what I've done, so I'll just leave it, I think. So slight difficulty is that this is backwards compared to where we want the sulfur, but we could probably just weave it round and hope that it works, or that I don't need to move it or anything. What I'll actually do, I think, is use a balancer. So if we do a sort of 3 to 2 balancer. In fact, actually, let's put one of these. Make sure they're all even. And then we'll bring these down. Like this. This is a lot more thinking than I thought. Anticipated doing on such a hot and sunny day. So we want 3 to 2. Do I want 3 to 2? I mean, yeah, I guess. Because we could just take over 3 lanes, basically, but would that be a bit safer? I think it would. So let's do a 3 to 3. 3 to 3. And then this will be coming out the... Oops! That's all over the place. Right, are all these spots done? Filling up. They are, I think. So bring them over. And then you... Oh, they're all following number 5, aren't they? That's right. There we go. Right, so bring that over there. And I will feed this round. So what I'm thinking is we go... Oh, I haven't connected the water pumps either. Hang on. Let's do that first. We've got a water pump here. Which hopefully can connect somewhere nice. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. So that's water there. And then this is water here, I think. Yeah. So if we go up here, where's the nearest water? There we go. Can we put one there? Cool. Oh. I have runded past it. Might need a pump on that, but it's only supplying a few machines, so yeah, a few factories. So can I line these up a bit neater? Probably. But let's leave it for now. So if I punch through sort of here, no, like that, I should avoid all the pipes. Are you not arrived yet? Where have they gone? Oh, they're there. Right, come over here and do this for me. Got all of them? Oh, let's do the power. I haven't put any power things on this. Let's do that first. So, have that coming over there. And I got one there, but none on these. So that should probably hit most of that. That covers the rest of it, I think. And then what's unpowered there? I guess that needs one. And then one here. No, one there. But they're not connected then. So, oh, I don't know. Let's just plop some in there. So everybody stop flashing, as it were. Let's get some of these in. Missed one there. Ah, you're unpowered. Why are you unpowered? because power's not reaching you, obviously. Let's just put some in there like that. In fact, in that case, we can probably get rid of this one, can't we? Okay. Nobody's flashing for power, so we'll hop in Spidey. We will plop this down. Oh, let's... Because we want to go over here, basically, and then hook this in here. What's the best way round to do that? If I... Because I could nip down this gap, but I'm a bit loath to do that in case I need that space for something. I don't really want to go around the back again because I sort of block myself in. This is relatively easy to move and stuff, so I think if we go over there and sort of spaghetti our way across. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, I'm in the wrong Spidertron. That's not my Spidertron. Right. Okay. Other way. There we go. So head up here. So the only thing I would say is the movement of it is a bit inconsistent in the sense it's because of the 8 legs and the having to work out its placement all the time. Foot placement. Basically, it can wobble effectively. So let's just do it by hand. Not that I don't wobble all the time. But let's just stick this in. All the way up here. It's a long way from being optimized and good. But it'll do. So if we want, say, that there. And then this will be here. Oops. In fact, let's just copy that. And then I'm going to want to go across all the way across here. So how far? Yeah, that'll do. I don't know where the sulfur line needs to be. But, oops. We'll see. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay. You follow me and we'll see how much you can fill in as you go. And then I will head up. Oh, it's literally there. Okay, so don't really want that. But, oops. Do want... Ah, I've done it again. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, spider. No. Okay. Now what I'm thinking here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I don't have a 12 balancer, but I do have a 4 balancer. Or I can do a 4 balancer, and we got 3 lots of these. So 3 times 4 is 12. So I say what I'm thinking now is that I basically put a 1 to 4 balancer or effectively a splitter, which is just two splitters in a row. But we basically have them here, you see. Like this. Is my current thinking. No. I can just copy and paste this. Oh, got that wrong. What have I done wrong there? Oh no, that's fine. Right, so then just copy and paste this. Like so. Why is that unaligned? It's not aligned because I misclicked. There we go. And that's there. Okay. And then we want to hook these up. In fact, do that. Bit of a monster for copy and paste. Cool. So it's balanced on the other end, I think, isn't it? Yeah, we've put a 3x3 in. So it should be even flow coming down. I've also got lane balancers, so it should be even flow coming down each of these. So I don't need to do any cross-pollination, hopefully. It should be an even amount of material coming through. But we shall see. Oh, dear. So it wasn't mine. It was my anticipation, today that this is what I would do. I do have a list of other things, odd jobs. But, it's coming up to 6 o'clock now, so I think I'll try and get this running. Because I don't have to finish at 6 as such today, but I kind of want to. Such a nice day. But even I want to go out in the sunshine. Right, so is that every bit? No, you've missed a bit. You've missed a bit. You've missed a bit, spiders. You've missed a bit. Don't know what you're playing at. Don't know what you're playing at, spiders. Don't know what you're playing at. But yeah, we'll get this hooked up, hopefully, and we'll find out all the things I've got wrong. And we may be able to fix them. We may have to do that first thing tomorrow. Cool. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to get a lot more trains because Spider's got like 1.5 trains worth basically. So we'll plop them down and then we'll go and like refill basically. That'll also give me the stuff in case I need to fix anything. Because he's got like a train and then this one's got like a half train. From the old... Oh, why have you got belt? You lot haven't been collecting things again, have you? I don't know. Kleptomaniacs they are. Kleptomaniacs. Right, so, we'll hop out here and plop the ones down that we can. 8, 6, 7, 8. And... like that. In fact, I'm going to need fuel as well, aren't I? Because I've not got enough fuel. Right, so we'll pop in some of that. I'll just do yeah, it's not going that far. So just put a couple in. Like that. I'll fuel you up. All of the outposts have fuel, so the fact that these are not really connected or being provided with fuel is irrelevant for the moment. But I did want to hook up a internal fuel supply inside the base, but that's to come. So I could set this one going because I don't need to do any filtering on it. Yeah, let's set this one going. So when I go to heavy pickup, not heavy, oil pickup, and then we want to come to this station, which I have not renamed yet, have I? Or have I? Yes, I have. So blue, oil, unload. And we want you to fill up there, and we want to empty there. Off you go. Do need to put filters on these though. Like so. I wish you could click and drag, like you can with that. It didn't work. Right, so that's done. Right. So I didn't fix. I know what I want to do in terms of fixing the coal. But in fact, I say because I'm now going to do a completely separate system for the bus trains. All of my outposts need changing. The design that I've got is just going to have a load of material sat in chests for no apparent reason. Do I want to set this one going? Let's leave the oil one to do its business. Poor phrasing. And then I could put down like half a train. What would I need then? Because I want to say it. Spiders only carry 1.5 trains, so if I put down half a train here, then there'll be half a train and 1 train. So I would then need a train again. Okay, so I need to change my demands. Okay, so I'll plot this one on. And put that there. And is this copper? No, this is iron plate. Plate. And it's like, I mean, they've got, the design has got raw copper ore pickup. Don't need it because I'm processing it all. And it's got raw iron ore pickup. Well, I may well need that because I might need to do concrete, but probably not. So I say the designs were far too clever for their own good in practice. But that's fine. Right, so I need 8, don't I? If I'm going to get a train's worth. Cool. Oh, it's obviously been and gone. We've missed it. Because it's quite close, this first one. But it's things like that, there's no actual need for me to crack it. I've decided, but I didn't really know that when I was setting it up. So it's loading quite quickly. That's not too bad. Just that last little dribble. These aren't very efficient at all, these. It's like some of these aren't even running. And you see you get that, that curve, basically, doesn't fill up evenly, or even though they're all connected. I suppose it represents the viscosity of the oil is one way of thinking about it. But I could be loading it in much quicker. But yeah, I'm not massively fussed about that at this stage because it's not that big a concern. And I may well go for the when we're doing the lightweight structures, I may well go for coal liquefaction. What are we waiting for? Come on. Oh, they're coming. Here we go. Yeah, so wrong place. How full are these now? Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't put any radars down, did I? So I can't really see if that's running. And there's oil there. Petroleum. Why doesn't that have anything in it? In theory, there should be... Oh, there is the sulfur coming through. Okay. Possibly not as much as I was anticipating. That suggests there's something... Oh, something misconnected here somewhere, maybe. And that's running, and that's running. He's running. Water is coming in. Yeah, so we'll have to see as to whether it's all working as it should be. I think I could probably get rid of some of them now. I wonder why they do it. I wonder what there is in the logic that causes some of them to just sort of pause. Well, I think he may be trying to form a colony because he's like properly stopped. But you do get them, particularly spitters. They'll come over in a group, and one of them will just sort of stop and pause, and then go on. Are we done? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I need to do things like I need more artillery trains and stuff like that because I'd never anticipated having to do these to protect the rail lines. So I need a lot more artillery trains. Because, you know, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them already on there. 7, 8. And we'll need some when those get going, and I don't know that I'll extend this any further, but I imagine these will need extending out. Okay. Could put a radar on this actually. Because there should be one sort of here-ish anyway. Put a radar there. Could actually put them back in, really, couldn't I? It's not too much of a problem, and that would be sort of there. Cool, that'll do. But I need like a radar up here or something, so I can keep an eye on it in case anything goes weird. It's the British Grand Prix today. A bit of a Formula One fan. And been quite a few times there, the British Grand Prix. Great fun event. But with the whole, COVID situation, I decided not to go anyway. But I also kind of need to know, because I usually go for the entire weekend, so I do kind of need to decide what I'm going to do in terms of holiday and these sorts of streaming things. So that's struggling to output, isn't it? Is it not being processed? So that's, yeah, that's processing. That's processing. Yeah, it can't quite output all of its stuff there. Could be that a pump here might help that. We can test that. Because it prevents any... because you get this weird back and forth fluid sloshing about effectively in the pipes. So that stopped it sort of sloshing about, or whatever that effect is. Not that these were hungry, as it were. Are we getting any similar effect here? So this isn't backing up. That's not backing up with light. Neither is that. This is not outputting fully. What I could do is see if I can put a second output, because it's not filling the belt, so I can at the very least do that. And then there's two of them working. Not quite emptying it, but not far off. What about you? You're emptying, so you're fine. You're not quite getting enough petroleum to run at full chat. But then that's expected, because it wouldn't be. It's just, unfortunately, this one, which is not quite running. Yeah, I suppose that's having the same effect now. This doesn't look like enough sulfur, though. I remember it being much fuller. I mean, according to the thing, it's only 0.8 belts that I need. So does that look like 0.8 belt? Yeah, maybe. It's running though. That's the main thing. So let's hook up. Let's set the oil train going. Not the oil train, the coal train, and we can see if the plastic. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, that's fine. Let's plonk you lot there. Let's see if the plastic will produce. You're all set up and ready to go? Yep. So we need you to go to coal picker. And we need you to come back to blue coal unload. We need you to fill up a coal picker and empty at blue unload. I need to just check that I'm not stood on the railway track, and then we need to send you off. In the meantime, let us finish this train. Oh, let's just do it from there. 4, and then put a little bit of fuel in. Because the material from this train should just be making engines. So we should just be able to send it on its way. So we want you to go to plate pickup. And we want you to go to blue to unload. And we want you to fill up. And we want you to empty. I put fuel in. Yeah. Okay, so let's send you on your way. The coal train is back. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. What train pulled in there then? Oh, it's the oil train again. Okay. Right. I mean, I say, I didn't fix the coal outposts. Oh, you can't. Yeah. So this could well end up with coal in its boiler, in its fuel thing. There you go. You see, it potentially loads in coal. Which is a bit of an error. But I have redesigned it, I think. Is that one of the ones I redesigned? I just haven't actually replaced it, basically. Because I need to do the first, iron and copper outposts that I did as well. Where is it? Here we go. So is that? No, that won't be coal. That's the new oil. That's the new coal one. No, that's the new default one. That's coal. Because I just plop that down here, basically, instead. Except I say it's wrong because it's, you know, I don't need these anymore, so I can just even it all up. And I don't need them. Right, are we back? No, we're not back. Is that you coming back? Yep. Okay. There you go, you see. It's got coal in it. Okay, so that's coal coming in here. So it's maxed out the output already, so it looks like I need to boost them up to stacks. Like that. Okay. They're all running at least. I've not got this right, have I? Because you're running. Oh, you're out of coal there briefly. I mean, this is going to be another situation probably where... Oh! No, that's wrong, isn't it? Look. That's completely wrong. This is attempting to... Oh, in fact, these aren't connected up. There we go. There's an error. So that should be coal. Oh, gold. So this has got... Oh, blimey. Let's just pick all of this up. And redo it. This has obviously got very confused somewhere along the lines. So get rid of all of this. Right, there we go. And then redo it. So we want coal. Oh, no. We want coal. Why is that? Oh, that one's the wrong way around. Okay. Okay. So that one there. Okay, so if I copy and paste that. That should... Oops. That should work. Okay. Why are you not working now? You're not working because you don't have petroleum. So it doesn't have enough light. Why doesn't it have enough light? Is something broken here? This doesn't appear to be running even. Because it's backed up with heavy. Is that not connected properly somewhere? So you're heavy. Is that just a pipe? That looks like a pipe flow through issue. It's just too... Oops. It's just too much. Oh, you're not doing anything. Oh, you're not hooked up properly to the water. Okay, well, that won't be helping. Why did you biddly bong? You biddly bong because I'm full of coal. Right, so that there. Why have I got that? Oh, because it's too far. Like that. Okay, so this has at least now got water. Is that processing all of the heavy now? Oops. Maybe? You're certainly empty. You're running now, but not fully. Might be it needs a pump to help push it through. Or it could just be the backlog. Or maybe it needs a third one. Because you're just chugging away. You're just chugging away. So they're both light. These are all running. Yeah. Petroleum coming out of here. What about you? Yeah, you're doing okay. As are you. Okay. Oh, tiny little flash of red there. But then I have got one more machine than I need, as it were, so the occasional brief non-production doesn't matter for this last machine. Okay, so whether or not that's really enough, we don't know, because it's all backed up, because obviously Blue Science isn't actually running as such. So we've got iron here. Let's go and check out whether it's making engines. It won't. Well, it will be and it won't be, because again it'll very quickly back up. But we can at least check it is properly connected up. The answer to that is almost certainly no, but that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look at the pipes and the cogs. So we've got pipes and cogs both sides of the belt there. You have pipes and cogs, wow, all the way to the end. You don't. Why don't you? You lack pipes. Why do you lack pipes? Okay. So this belt is not connected. Oh dear. So that belt needs to go through there. Like that. That's clearly an error when I was copying and pasting. Oh, and then it's fine. Okay. That's connected up there. Yes, that's fine. Takes it a while to sort of fill up the backlog in a sense. You know, because each machine has its own buffer. So you sort of have to wait for all the buffers to fill. Okay. So let's take a random blue science machine over this side here. So this one here. You've not got engines because you've not got pipes. And you've not got pipes simply because the material is flowing through. Worst case, I can always, you know, I have room. I can add in extra iron here. And we do have a, you know, as mentioned, we have a second train. This is the, you know, we're going to need a lot of trains basically and a lot of outposts, but this is all just proof of principle on the builds, as it were. And then the whole logistics side of it I can work out later, basically. No, I got in the wrong spider again. Right. Okay, so let's go and connect up the rest of the trains. So we need one more iron train. Biddly bob. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And some fuel. going to run out of fuel for what I've got, but and hopefully grab some out of, say, the oil train or something. So this is iron again, isn't it? Yep. Iron train isn't here. Fine. I'll do it by hand then. Oh, the thing I never really. I'm terrible at finishing points. But the steam machine point I was making is that they seem to have shown the Factorio running. In quite a lot of the actual main advert itself. In fact, it's quite interesting, fundamentally, on that advertising they're doing, because it's almost like it's targeted like at me personally, because it's like a list of games that I love in the advert. So full and empty, because it's like Factorio, Disco Elysium, Control. What else? Hades. I don't necessarily love all of them, but they're games I really like. There's the Ni no Kuni games that I want to play, but kind of figured I would probably never actually get the time. So yeah, it's almost like it's been laser targeted at me personally. I mean, it isn't. I mean, obviously they've just picked popular indie games, and I kind of, I don't know. There's been I don't know. You get, I don't know. It's difficult to, how to put it. There's obviously, they do these analyses like Digital Foundry and stuff, and it's like, in fact, I mean, theirs was actually quite balanced, but it's like people are comparing it to a PC, and I guess that's partly because Steam at Valve have, literally said it is a PC, portable PC, portable handheld PC. So it's not that they haven't invited that comparison, but to me, it's more like a PC version of a Switch, because I mean, I don't own a Switch. I've no particular desire to buy a Switch other than to play indie games, basically. I'd quite like to be able to play, small indie games like Stardew Valley and stuff on a handheld device. That'd suit me down to the ground. So the fact that it's not going to have the horsepower to run blooming Apex Legends, who cares? Why would you be playing Apex Legends on a handheld, portable PC anyway? Right, so we want to go to copper picker, which is where? Copper pickup and fill up. Oops, and then we want to go to blue copper unload and empty, please. Put that onto automatic and send you off. Oh dear, oh dear. This is going to be perfect timing, I think. I think we're going to finish this. No, I've got in the wrong spider again. I think we'll just finish this spot on. Oh, I'm in the wrong one again. What's going on there? Let's get in it first. Right, and then have you follow me. There we go. Yeah, so I think they've picked Factorio in particular because it's obviously quite a well-known, meaty game, if you see what I mean. As in, it's complex and detailed, and obviously, I mean, they've picked fairly big sellers and indie darlings, as it were, and stuff like that. But it's also because it's incredibly well optimized. It's a hugely performant game. So that's kind of why they picked it, because you could play it on a potato and you can get decent enough throughputs. You can't necessarily do the old 10,000 sites per minute Megabase, but you can get a pretty damn big base on a potato. I can't see ever playing it on on the Steam Deck though, because why are those lanes in particular backed up? Is that just because they're... Yeah, it's not really running, is it? So you see this is all backed up, basically. And so we can check there's engines on everything. Yeah, it's like, you know, showing off your device by, you know, kind of demonstrating it with a thoroughbred. I think that's one of the reasons they picked it, because it was featured in the the IGN thing. You can see them playing it in there as well. I think that's why they picked that in particular. So we've got plastic, we've got that iron, which I think was basically working okay. I couldn't see any other problems apart from that misconnected bit. Bit puzzled why this hasn't come. Oh, what have I accidentally put to 2? Oh, I have. Right, so you don't want to go 2. You want to go 1, please. 1, not 2. So you want to empty and get rid of that. So we should now have 1 there and 1 there. Okay, so when you've come back, has the copper been and gone? Not yet. Yeah, I mean, the other reason for wanting to clear all of this out is it'll clear off all these bus trains, and then we'll just be having to worry about the outpost trains, which hopefully, because they're carrying so much, is why I wanted to do local smelting rather than the sort of centralized smelting, because then I'm, very short distance to production. Why am I pointing at the wrong one? Very short distance to production, and trains carry twice as much stuff. So the only trains I've got moving material around are these. Which means that my train logistic system doesn't have to be quite as efficient. Right, so you unload. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So it's 6 o'clock. Yes, I am going to finish at 6. Well, it's obviously slightly gone past 6, but I'll finish now. But we'll trace this up. So I'll do my self-promo thingamabobs. If you weren't aware, I'm Trismegistus. That's me up there. I stream every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting at 3 o'clock. On Fridays, I'm streaming Satisfactory for a couple of hours. It's just an after work, bit of fun type of thing. But yeah, it's a game I have been enjoying. I keep meaning to actually... So there's something misconnected there, isn't there? Because there's no copper getting through there. Yeah, I need to play it more. Sort of rather than this, really. But I also need to play this. Then on Saturday and Sunday, I play this game, Factorio, which is I'm trying to build. The aim of this series is I'm trying to build a Megabase, having never done that before. In the sense of doing multiple thousands of science packs a minute. Why have you not got any? Because of course, same thing is repeated, so I need to move that over. We're not doing too badly, I don't think. I mean, we're finishing, in quotes, the blue science build. Copper does not appear to be getting through because I never connected these lanes up. Right, so that needs connecting there, 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 and then the same problem will be on this side, like that. Yeah, and I say I stream for 3 hours minimum on Saturday and Sunday of Factorio. I may well. I'm quite enjoying only doing 3 hours, if I'm totally honest. 4 hours is fine, but it's quite an effort actually. If I'm totally honest, it's a lot of talking. So yeah, it may well become I do 3 hours. I'm also. It's my intention to do Dyson Sphere Program again. Do another playthrough of that. That may well almost make up the hours in a sense of. I might do that during the week, but fairly randomly, not on a schedule sort of thing, just after work if I'm in the mood. But both series of Satisfactory and Factorio are sort of at crunch points where I really need to do a lot of stuff between streams, really. I mean, all the red circuits appear to be running, I think. You paused a bit because you're not getting green circuits. Why are you not getting green circuits? It's not really getting cables. Does it need more cables or? Because not really a proper copper. I guess that's because the train's just not coming through quick enough. More than. Yeah, but it's just arrived, is it? Yeah, so there's that as an issue. You know, there needs to be more train throughput full stop, but it's kind of proof of principle. I think all our machines are running, if not quite efficiently. Okay. Are all the... No. All the blue sites are not running. Why not? Oh! Oh dear. Oh dear. So it looks like I've hooked this up to the wrong side, basically. Two solutions to that. We could put the output on the other side. So basically this should be this, if you see what I mean. But I can't do that because it's mirrored, so I haven't mirrored the design properly. So this output side of things should be on this side for these. Okay, so that's something we need to fix for next time. Is Blue Science being made? Oh yeah, Blue Science is being made. Yeah, you see, because the red circuits have all pushed through to the end. Okay, so that's what we'll fix next time. We'll hook this up and get it running. I say next stream tomorrow, same time again, 3 p.m. BST. There's a schedule on my Twitch page, and I fixed that properly, so there is now probably a schedule on my Twitch page. I hadn't set the extension up properly, basically. So you can check out your local times for that system. I also have a YouTube account and a Twitter account. Both of those are also Trismegistas, but they're alias to Triggles. So you're looking for Triggles or Trismegistas on those platforms. And you can obviously follow me on Twitter, see when I'm streaming, etc., etc. But my YouTube, I archive all the VODs to YouTube. So if you want to catch up on any of these series, there's a full set of playlists on my YouTube. It's all the complete streams. I haven't got highlights. I should do, but it's a lot of effort for someone who works full time as well. And basically, I archive the VODs for Factorio on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the Satisfactory one early on Friday morning. And you can catch up on all of those. Yeah, so if you have been watching along, and obviously if you're watching on YouTube, hello to the YouTube people. I didn't really properly say hello, but I know some people do watch these on YouTube. So hello to you. But I say you can also, uh, if you want to come and say hi, then pop along to the live stream as well. But otherwise, it's great that people watch on YouTube. So yeah, so that's me for today. As I say, I will pick up tomorrow where we will fix this issue. And then that should be Blue Science done. It's gone a lot smoother than I thought. I haven't made quite as many errors as I thought I would. We'll also have to see, does it really run, at anything like speed. Um, but yeah, and then basically the rest of the stream tomorrow will be doing these odd jobs. I'm not going to do purple and gold yet. That'll be one of those next time. Um, unless I decide to do this on stream. Um, that feels like a between streams type job. That. So yeah. So say thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in another one. Cheers.